our global music ecosystem is highly segmented and very disconnected.
For
Um,
sure.
I even know, Grammy Award winning
Hey,
producers that can't
Marie.
get in
Hey,
contact with
Bev.
someone at Disney, for
Hey, Coco.
example.
Mm-hmm.
And so, through the rooms, and as you have coined within Breaker Nation, we have rooms for a reason. And so we
We
really look
do.
at that being we look at that really as being like, the cornerstone to like creating these conversations and connecting people, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we have the internet, like everyone should be able to get in contact with everyone. Like the concept of people not being able to get in touch with people is just weird to me. And so whether it was Angela or, we had Elise a couple of weeks
We
ago.
did.
Elise is a keyboardist for Beyonce and Chloe and Halle, and
We had Meredith Oliver, A&R from yeah. We've had some really,
Meredith.
yeah.
Yeah, we've had some really good people. And so I think just, as we continue to amplify Breaker Nation and our mission, which is always to put musicians in a position of power,
Yeah.
then it's just going to get better.
That's it. That's it. And when we get better, the musicians get better. And when they get better, we get better. And
Fact.
in that, okay, we doing designs. Wait, how do you do that? I need to figure out how to do design. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do that. Oh,
That's okay. You don't need to.
okay, Lord. By the next one, I'm gonna know how to do designs. Y'all ain't the only
Okay.
ones. So Breaker Nation, if you guys get a chance to hop in, check it out. That's it. You're right, Joy. It is the people who just don't respond. You're right. But guess what? We're going to create our own microcosm, like I said, of the industry. But can we talk a little bit about how you got to this place? Like, who's Felisha? What was Felisha doing before this? And what makes you think you get to do this? Like, who are you to be able to, right?
Yeah. I'm just a person who thinks it and does it. So before this, I founded a company called Dynamic Producer. I ran that for many, many years. It was the first conference for aspiring music producers. I started it while living in New York. Shout out to Coco in the
Hey,
crowd.
Coco.
Um, and I did conferences. I did music licensing towards the end. I created a music library. I would pitch, acquire, pitch, and place music for TV and film. So that was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
And just have had an opportunity to work with, a ton of artists from, the aspiring to the ones that people know. And maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, I met someone and I was giving them feedback on their app, and they told me I should go check out a program at Georgia Tech. And it ended up being an incubator where they teach you how to build scalable businesses. And so I went, and they were like, you just got to solve a problem. And I was like, well, I work in the music industry. There are tons of problems. Like, that's easy. And a lot of problems that I probably wouldn't touch, although I might have to retire that saying because getting creative over here.
Right.
So I just started building, and the first thing I started building was an app called Hear Back, because I said musicians send their music out all the time and they never hear back. And as I was going through the process, I realized that what I wanted to do more than anything was to not only help them hear back, but allow them to mobilize support, right? Like without mobilized, planned, action, then nothing changes. And so then we changed the name to Breaker Nation and raise a little bit of money just to build the technology out. And now I'm just really in the grind. It's, super challenging, but I'm up for it. And I know that if I don't do this, no one will. And so we're going to make it happen. So.
Yeah. And we also, here's an opportunity to support a Black female founder, because, there's a handful, but they're few and far in between. And by supporting Breaker Nation, you're not just supporting Felisha, you're not just supporting me, you're not just supporting Kevin Jack, you're not just, right, you're supporting the whole industry, because it is so very different. And one of the things that, and guess what? She just had an idea and she just did it, right? Like she had an idea and she was like, you know, if I put this and this together, this could happen. And I think that it's so important for people to see you, like really see you in the work that you're doing, because you mimic what's possible in all of us. You know what I'm saying? So it's very true. Like we are mirrors for each other. So when people can go in, and even though there's been hiccups with the app, and you know, we've had very long conversations about, I remember the rooms, this wasn't working, that wasn't working. And I always tell Felisha this: you can go onto Breaker Nation right now, and there's tons of information that you can receive and feedback. Like the app works for you right now, right? And the goal is for it to continue to work on a much larger scale for tons of musicians. So yeah, so kudos to you. And I know that she's not here to raise money, but I'm gonna tell y'all, if you guys are interested in supporting, no, seriously, if you're interested in supporting this Black female founder, reach out, you know, reach out and support, because this is what it's all about at the end of the day. It's
And
about us creating.
Black
Yeah.
women get less than 1% of all venture capital, so billions of venture capital. And then there was a slight increase after the um, murder of George Floyd, and there was a lot of spending. And I read a report, and it said that uptick has did a steep decline. You know, so all the companies that were funding founders have basically stopped, and economically, like, we're in a downturn, so there's not a lot of investment out there for Black founders, so it is definitely very challenging. But you know, it's also a time when I think this is when magic happens, right?
For
Like
sure.
historically, like in times like this, in a recession, like this is where new companies and things are born. And so, you know, I joke with some investors and they're like, oh, it's a downturn. What are you going to do? And I'm like, well, I'm a Black founder. So like, it's never been like plush,
It's never
you
been
know?
an upturn for us, right?
Yeah, it's never been like, oh
An
my God, you
upturn.
know, it's like all of a sudden, it's like, that's pretty tough all the time, you know. But I will say that as hard as it is, I am encouraged. I was nominated for Woman of the Year in the arts category by Women in Technology. So I'm really
Congrats.
excited about that. And I'm also a semi-finalist in Pharrell's Black Ambition Prize competition. So I'm excited about that, and I'll be taking part in the Black Futures program. And so, you know, I'm just doing the best I can every day. And, you know, at the end of the day, like, I'm not building Breaker Nation for me. I don't make music. I'm literally building it
Right.
for everyone else that's out there. And that is my priority. It will always be. And and nothing's more important than that. So
And we're all so very passionate about these artists, right? And what it looks like for them. Um and you know, I don't think that unless you're working with, like, in the trenches with some of these artists and producers, because there's producers on the app as well, you know, they work so hard. And it's like, you know, what do you tell someone that pours their heart into lyrics and song and you know, and to know that no one's going to hear them? You know what
yeah,
I mean?
I
It's
said
like that's
I mean,
heartbreaking to me.
yeah, it is. I mean, and I remember having a conversation with someone not too long ago and referencing the fact that if an artist only had 2 followers on Instagram, I wanted to be able to help them.
Right.
And their response was, well, if they only have 2 followers on Instagram, well, that means there's something wrong with them. And I was like, no, that's not what it means. It
That's not
means
what
that
it means
the
at all.
systems are broken. It means that the
Right.
algorithms are against
That's
them.
right.
It
That's
means
right.
that, you know, like, just every part of social media just does not work for the average person
Right.
or the
Right.
average, specifically, music creator and musician. And I use the term musician a lot because I feel like social media has cannibalized even the term creator. They're not
Right.
content creators. They are musicians. They are
They're
singers. They are
musicians,
rappers. They are bands. They are spoken word artists. They are
DJs,
composers.
producers.
They're
Yep.
DJs. Like they're instrumentalists. There are a number of words, but when you say content creator to me, that means you're taking the art out of what they're doing. Right.
Right.
And they're not a user. They are humans.
Right.
And so I don't like the way that social media platforms treat musicians. And I was just like, no, we're gonna do something about this. Our slogan at Breaker Nation is "The break
The
is
break
over."
is over. The break is
The break is
over.
over.
And so here's the thing, Breaker Nation is the home for the artist. It is for musicians. It is for people that are passionate about their craft and want to meet like-minded individuals and want to be heard. They want their heart to be heard. And this is where, come to Breaker Nation, this is where you'll be heard. And not only that, but you also get to build a team of people that believe in your music as much as you do. So I'm sure on behalf of all the musicians, thank you, thank you, thank you. And and it's really been a pleasure, being a part of the process.
No,
But
I,
I just
I I I appreciate you being a part of the process. Like the super early stages of building a company that's not venture funded and with all
it's
the fancy
rough.
bells and whistles is a really challenging time. And even finding people that are willing to give and contribute and support is like super difficult. And Raychelle has been a godsend in so many ways. So
Oh,
I appreciate you.
we just getting started. We just getting started. So for those of you that have just joined us, C.Truth and I are we co-host Indie Review Radio, which is normally on Blog Talk Radio, and we record Saturdays from 12 to 1:30. But we decided that you guys need to see our beautiful faces, so we decided to do Instagram Lives, right? And I'm getting, just trying to get used to being in the camera a little bit. I don't have my lip gloss popping today, but next time. But and then we want to share this platform with people that are doing it, independent everything, artists, thinkers, independent doers, creatives, whatever that is. We want to continue to share this platform with you. So Felisha, you are actually our first indie IG live guest.
That's
So
right.
you know what I'm saying? So
Look,
History.
just to sum it all up, Felisha is a Black female founder. Her app is called Breaker Nation. It
you can
is,
download it in the App Store
that's
or
right.
Google Play.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is for musicians. It is for music lovers. It is for creatives. It is for industry professionals. It is for want to be industry professionals. It is for people that want to work in the business. It's for people that have worked in the business. It's for everybody. So it is, in my opinion, it's like the Instagram for musicians. That's how I look at it. It's like social media for musicians, for artists. And before we let you go, Felisha, share your information, how people can reach you in case they want to fund you or participate in
Yeah.
funding, or
Put
just,
five, put
put
5,
five
10,
on it,
15, twenty
right?
thousand, 20,000. How about
Or
that?
just have questions about, what it is that we're building at Breaker Nation.
Yep. Yep. We are, anyone can contact me. My email is just fbi@breakernation.com. And, we also, newly in the app, we have what we call thoughts and threads. So you can actually post in the app now, text, and I'll be
DM.
checking it as well. You can DM me in the app. Um, and whatever, you can give me feedback on the app. If you have questions, you can hit me up. Definitely open door. I always want to hear from everyone in the community because, we are building this for you guys.
Yeah. And I see a couple of people on here that have platforms of their own, that are musically inclined. We do have a space that houses those conversations in audio rooms. So get at us about that as well. All right.
Yep.
All
All right.
right, y'all. So thank you, Felisha, for taking time out. I know you're doing some stuff over there and with the app, like literally as we speak, but thanks for taking some time out to chat with us.
I appreciate it. Good to see you guys.
Talk to you
Yes,
Bye, Denise.
pleasure.
later.
All right.
See
Bye.
ya. All
Bye
right.
bye.
Now, for
All right.
all those that's been asking, a lot of people have been enjoying the conversation and all the information that Felisha has given out about Breaker Nation. This will be available. We are saving this, and this will be put up on our Instagram. So if you're not already following us, make sure you follow us at indie.review, indie.review. And once it's up and out there, like you just hit up our page and you can get it right through there. And follow us also on all our other platforms like Twitter and
Yes.
Facebook as well.
Yes.
Facebook is the same, indie.review. Twitter is indie review. That's REVUE.
UE.
And check out the blog as well, indiereviewcd.com.
Yes. That's all of our stuff. So if you want to submit music to be played on this show, feel free to do that at indiereviewcd@gmail.com. And thank you guys again for tuning in. We'll be back. We don't know when. We'll keep you posted, so stay tuned. And
Absolutely.
we want to yeah, and see, we'll be talking very soon, of course, right? But until the next time, you guys, we send you lots of love and lots of light, and we want you to be safe out there, and we want you to have an amazing rest of the week. All right, talk to you soon. Peace.